Are you a business owner struggling to pay multiple MCA payments daily or weekly? We're going to show you the 5 best ways to refinance merchant cash advances or other high interest loans. You could save tens of thousands in monthly net cash flow. We'll show you multiple case studies. And we've seen hundreds of these throughout probably the last year. The problem is you are forced to use high interest rate MCAs or other short-term debt to grow your business or keep it afloat during the bumpy past few years. You're not alone. We talk to business owners on a daily basis trying to wiggle out of the high daily or weekly payments. We'll show you multiple ways our programs have helped others. Help them find the light at the end of the tunnel and work their way back to no debt or reasonable rate loans to leverage and grow their businesses. Here are the 5 ways to save tens of thousands monthly. And we use that because that's what majority of our deals have done. But, we have people that had 80,000 in debt and they were struggling, and it helped them rebuild their business too. But the first way is unsecured term loans. Second, secured term loans. 3 is purchase order or invoice funding for business to business or business to government type companies. SBA or conventional loans. Debt restructuring. This is the quickest way to relief. Some people don't like to do it, but from what we see, that can get you back to business the quickest way. So we're going to go over the 5 ways to refinance or restructure. We have multiple case studies to show cash flow savings of actual businesses. We ask that you let us be your business loan consultant. We're going to guide, we're looking for long-term relationships. So we're going to guide you the best way that, we think fits what you're trying to accomplish. We get started usually with a simple app, 4 months of bank statements. This lets us pre-qualify you and kind of steer you which way would be the best. We analyze, we present options, saves you hours of time and money. And if you already know you need to reduce your payments and you don't have time for this full video, you can text BIZREFI, BIZREFI to 317-626-6726. You can either schedule a consult or we'll send you the app and you can shoot us over the app and 4 business statements and we'll start working on it, even before we have time to sit down and have a conversation. So if you apply by mobile, sometimes the statements don't upload. You can also email any of this to service@bizfundfirst.com. We typically will have options for you the same or next day. The first way to get out of your merchant cash advance or to refinance is an unsecured term loan. This is a case study. We can go, most credit scores we can go as low as 551. And it really depends on the lender. Some of these have lowered their maximums without having collateral and things like that. But for example, this in this case, they funded $250K and assisted living with an unsecured bank loan. We paid off the client's existing $50,000 in MCA funding. The client was paying $3,113 a week. We provided him with additional $200,000 cash out. The merchant was closing on a big commercial building for an assisted living facility. They needed $200K in a few days, and they needed to lock a rate on their HUD loan. So they needed funding to help with all the closing costs for that transaction. The merchant was so impressed with our turnaround time, he asked us to fund the other locations, and they were able to also get a line of credit so it could expand and open more of his long-term care or assisted living facilities. Next way is secured term loan. with the refi and cash out. This restaurant owner had a merchant cash advance. He was paying $9,800 a month. It was basically $492 a day. He owned a restaurant property and additional lot. We were able to pay off the MCA and he was able to get an extra $50,000 in cash. This freed up $2,200 a month in cash flow. And they had $50,000 for additional expansion, and that was able to bring in a lot more revenue. The third way, if you do business with larger companies or the government, this is a very good way to get rid of those MCAs. You use your established credit profile of your customers, use the invoices and or the purchase orders as collateral. Invoice factoring or purchase order financing, can reduce the cost of capital and pay off your MCAs. Typically, you're going to pay in this environment. We can get you lower depending on your business. If you have a staffing company, we've seen below 1%, but with the rates going up, it's more than likely you're going to see anywhere from 1.5 to 3% to factor an invoice. Your line of credit is going to be anywhere from 1 to 2% on pretty much every 30 days. And I will say those are gone up, so it's probably more like 1.25 to 2%. An example is that there was an electronics company. They had a $350,000 invoice with an established, major, multinational company. They were paid $280,000 of the invoice up front. And then once the multinational company paid the invoice, the company received another $59,500. So it's basically a cost of $10,500 to get rid of to get rid of their daily payment nightmare. And you pay only one-time financing charge to get your business back. You can do an SBA loan or conventional loan. And again, all these depend. If you have credit over 630 and you have adequate cash flow, typically the SBA bank's going to want some type of collateral. So if you have like a manufacturing business or a restaurant business with a building that you own or have debt on, we'll model that out for you, present it to we have several SBA lenders, couple that they're more comfortable doing this. But if you have a FICO score down to probably like 620, as long as we can move those MCAs out of there with a refi, we can get you an SBA loan. If you got real estate, we can amortize it 25 or 30 years. Typically, it's going to be 2 to 3% above prime. So right now we're looking at right around 11%, 10, 3/4, 11% for an SBA loan. But if we can amortize it for 25 years, that significantly increases your cash flow. Typically, most lenders, they're going to want 3 years in business, full financials. We have lenders that'll work with challenged credit, even SBA lenders, or younger businesses, as long as the deal makes sense. So, even in the past 3 years, if let's say you had a hiccup, because of the economy, that was 3 years ago, you lost money, but last year you came back a little bit, and then the third year, or let's say 2022, you're back to cranking it out. Most of those SBA banks, if you're moving in the right direction and you got through a hard time, they're comfortable with it. So this, this is the best way. Problem is it'll take 6 to 8 weeks. Typically, SBA is really backed up. Preferred lenders can get it done faster, but they're it's still a lot slower. 2 years ago it was 4 to 6 weeks, and now it's 6 to 8 weeks. Business debt restructuring. This is the fastest way to get relief. If you're like just losing your mind, every one of the other ones we can get you, we can get you usually in the other refinancing areas, we can give you a good idea in 1 or 2 days whether or not it's going to work. But most of those, a couple, we can get you funded in a couple days, but most of those are going to take like a week to 2 weeks for them to underwrite, depending on how large the loan is. The fastest way to get relief is to use business debt restructuring or settlement. We have a very good partner that have restructured hundreds, thousands of these. They're experts. They'll call in the attorneys if needed. And so basically, they'll usually within a day, they can get your payments stopped so you can keep that money in your business, and they'll immediately permanently lower your debts by 40 to 75%. They can also reduce your total payback amount by anywhere from 30 to 75%. There's no new loans, no minimum FICO, no upfront fees, no collateral needed, and you'll get satisfaction letters. You get your UCC liens released as soon as you engage into the program. So if you're really looking for something fast, give us a call or text us, that number. So what is the best strategy for you? If you're not sure, give us a call. If you go to voicemail, we'll call you back as soon as we can, or we'll shoot a text and schedule a call for you. We've seen hundreds of these situations. They're all similar, but they're not, they're never the same. If you have time, cash flow, and collateral using a term loan, especially a long-term loan, it's going to be your best strategy. If your cash flow is shrinking, if your business is a little unsure right now because of the economy, if you don't have time to have your file underwritten before the MCA debt makes you lose sleep, I would say, restructuring is the quickest relief, but it really depends on, multiple factors. So the next step, schedule a call or complete a simple app. You can text BIZREFI to 317-626-6726. You can text questions also to that number. But basically, what we would need to help you make a decision is the simple application. We'll send it, right from, on an autoresponder right back to you if you text BIZREFI. We need a simple app, formats bank statements. If you have PO invoices, send those, and let us at least initially analyze it so we know, we can give you some ideas up front. We analyze, we present options, saves you hours of time and money. So if you're ready to reduce payments, text BIZREFI, BIZREFI to 317-626-6726. Or you can go to our website, bizfundfirst.com/business quick app. Upload the bank statements there. If you'd like to schedule a call, go to our website and you can schedule a call right there, or shoot us an email if you're old school. So, so this is the 5 best ways we've seen in the past year and a half to get your business cash flow back from the MCA companies, save $1,000 to $10,000 a month. If you like the video, please click like. If you'd like to get more financial ideas or business funding ideas, click subscribe, and you'll get notified by YouTube when we have a new video come on with a new topic. This has been Mike Wright with Foresight Business Funding. Have a great day.